Hello guys, Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's video, we're going to be wrapping up some E3 2019 news and how something that Microsoft talked about might indicate when Rockstar's next title will be releasing. So when I'm making this video, which is Thursday, June 13th, it is officially the final day of E3 2019. All the press conferences have happened, all the games have been revealed, and we've had 3 days of the convention and the show floor. For those of you guys that were there, I'm sure you had a ton of fun. Now, there will be some people that are going to be disappointed that Rockstar did not make an appearance at E3 2019. Now, I stated before E3 came out that I was hopeful, but I wasn't expecting anything from Rockstar. And it also wouldn't be surprising if they didn't show up, considering for the last 10 to 12 years, they've only really showed up when they piggyback off of other companies that are there. The last 2 times we've seen them do this have been with Sony at their press conference. But as you guys know, Sony didn't show up at this E3. They just weren't there. They didn't have a press conference. Nothing like that occurred. Now, if you're wondering why Rockstar didn't do anything with the likes of Microsoft, well, Microsoft and Rockstar don't have the best relationship, apparently. Hence why their recent partnerships have always been with Sony. We're especially starting to see this with Red Dead Online, where PlayStation 4 users are getting a lot of content early before the Xbox guys. So it was unlikely that that was going to happen, and of course, nothing did. I was even monitoring a lot of the voice actors and motion capture artists. Roger Clark, who plays Arthur Morgan, he was at E3, and I thought for a moment there that there might be some sort of announcement tied to Red Dead Redemption 2, but it looks like he was just there. He's apparently a huge fan of video games, which is awesome. But of course, nothing for Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced. No future Rockstar title was announced. We didn't hear anything on GTA 6 or Bully 2 or Red Dead Redemption 2 DLC, whatever the case might be. But I think the most interesting information certainly came about from the Microsoft press conference. And that was that Microsoft gave us their first details on the next generation Xbox, which is at the time being called Project Scarlett. Now, we got some details on Project Scarlett. We know that it's going to arrive in fall 2020. It's going to have 8K support, SSD storage, ray tracing graphics. It will also support existing Xbox One games, controllers, and accessories. Microsoft is also planning to keep the optical disc drive and support 4 generations of Xbox games through backwards compatibility. This is coming straight from the Xbox website with custom-designed AMD processor, high bandwidth GDDR6 memory, and a next-generation solid-state drive. Project Scarlett will give developers the power they need to bring their creative visions to life. Thousands of games across 4 generations will look and play best on Project Scarlett. So they didn't reveal any design specs or anything like that. Basically, what they've just been talking about is how great this console is going to be, that it's going to break all the console barriers, and that it's going to be the next latest and greatest. Now, we've heard rumors and reports about the PlayStation 5 or whatever the next generation PlayStation is going to be called, but because Sony was not at E3, we didn't get any new details. So there's a couple of interesting things to talk about here. The first is that it is arriving holiday 2020. Now, how does this all relate back to Rockstar? Well, for this, we need to go back to Grand Theft Auto 5. Do you remember what happened with GTA 5? It had sort of an interesting release date. It was released for the, at the time, very old consoles, Xbox 360 and PS3. It was released on September 17th, 2013. And that was strange because the PlayStation 4 release date was November 15th, 2013. So basically, you could only play Grand Theft Auto 5 for 2 months before the next generation consoles came out. And the Xbox One came out just a week later on November 22nd, 2013. So again, you basically only had 2 months and a week to enjoy Grand Theft Auto 5 on the, at the time, current generation system, Xbox 360 and PS3. And for me, this was particularly awkward because I had the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, But every time I wanted to play GTA 5 or Grand Theft Auto Online, I had to, plug in my Xbox 360. It was kind of awkward. So a lot of people were wondering, why didn't they just wait 2 months and release it on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4? Well, a lot of that probably had to do with the development of GTA 5. It probably took like 7 or 8 years when the PS4 and the Xbox One probably wasn't even a thought at the moment. But more importantly here, we need to remember what Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive are. They are a business. They're in the business of making money. Now, they're in the business of making video games, but at the end of the day, it's about making money. And I'm sure that Rockstar's thinking and Take-Two Interactive's thinking was, we can release Grand Theft Auto 5 on this old system, or at the time, old but getting phased out, and a lot of people are going to buy it, which of course is what happened. I mean, millions of people bought it. They broke records. And then a year later, we can release it again on the new system, and it'll have better graphics. It'll have more content. It'll eventually be the staple of what we release our updates on, which is what we're currently seeing right now. Grand Theft Auto Online getting PlayStation 4 and Xbox One updates, whereas the older systems do not. So what this allowed them to do is basically sell the game twice for not a whole lot of extra work. And then, of course, it came out on PC, which was basically the same thing, but we're focused on the consoles now. So this is just speculation on my part, but going off of what Rockstar did for GTA 5, I think it would make sense that Rockstar's next title to be released around or prior to that so that they can cash in on 2 generations of consoles, just like what they did with GTA 5. So if that were to be true, that means we would see Rockstar's next game around holiday 2020. Now, when that would be, I'm not sure, whether it's September, October, November, whatever the case is. It would release on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and then maybe a year later, they would release it again for Project Scarlett and the PlayStation 5, which again would give Rockstar the opportunity to basically cash in on 2 generations of consoles. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be wondering, well, why wouldn't Rockstar do that with Red Dead Redemption 2? Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 was kind of in an awkward, in the middle phase. Rockstar didn't release it for the Xbox 360 and PS3, and if it is coming out in holiday 2020, that would be like 2 years out. It would be kind of awkward, and people would have almost moved on to release it for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Scarlett. Now, who's to say Rockstar wouldn't do that? But as we talked about, Project Scarlett is going to have like backwards compatibility out the wazoo. So I'd still find it hard to believe that Rockstar would go out of their way to work on another edition of Red Dead Redemption 2. Hopefully by that point in time, we have the PC version out, and that will satisfy everyone. That's the real one I'm looking for, and who knows what else they do with Google Stadia and any other consoles or video game systems that happen to pop up between then and now. So now, the big question, what would that game potentially be? Well, there's a handful of people, including myself, that would obviously love that to be GTA 6. But I think GTA 6 is almost too big of a title to release that close to Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I know what you guys are already saying. Well, wait a minute. Rockstar released Red Dead Redemption 2 after GTA 5, but keep in mind, like 3 or 4 years had elapsed. Even longer if you consider the first edition that came out in 2013. So I think that if Rockstar were to release a video game during that time, it would be a smaller-esque title or a smaller franchise. Now, the one that I'm definitely most looking forward to, if it is indeed a thing, that is Bully 2. Now, we don't have a ton of details on Bully 2. There's only been, wild rumors and speculations and some hopeful leaks, but that's the type of game I could see releasing. That would come out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and then be re-released in a relatively simple process for Project Scarlett and whatever the PS5 is going to be called. So that's honestly what I'm hoping that Rockstar will do. That would be incredible. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but I played through the entire version of Bully. I live streamed all of it. It's still uploaded on my channel. We did that like 4 or 5 years ago, so it has been a bit. And that's a game I'd be thrilled to dive back into. And We obviously haven't seen a bully game on this generation of consoles, and it would also then make sense for them to re-release it for the Project Scarlett and the PlayStation 5 as well. So again, I want to re-emphasize that that is just my speculation, but it is speculation based off of what Rockstar has done in the past. And there's no guarantee that they'll repeat themselves, but like I said earlier, Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive is a business. They're in the business of making video games, but they're in the business of making money. And I think an opportunity like that for them would be really perfect. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Let me know what you think about the next generation Xbox, Project Scarlett, if Rockstar will release a video game around fall 2020, and everything else we discussed in this video today. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.